Welcome back to Bet with the Boys.
Welcome back, guys.
What is up?
Today is Tuesday, May 24th. We got three more bets for y'all today. We got the NBA playoffs tonight, Game 4 of the Warriors and the Mavericks. Excited about that.
Possible closeout game for the Warriors.
Yep.
So
it's a tricky one. We were leaning toward picking Golden State money line this whole time, but we talked ourselves out of it. If Dallas is going to win a game, I feel like it might be this Game 4.
It is at Dallas. But, yeah, guys, thank you for liking and subscribing. We appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yep.
Welcome back. And we were 1-1 yesterday. We put out 3 bets, but Marcus Smart was ruled out with an ankle.
Yep.
We had the baseball 2 picks. We had Detroit going under 8 runs, and they ended up scoring 9. It was 4-4 in the 9th inning, and obviously it can't end in a tie.
Yep. Then we took the Guardians as dogs plus 1.5, and they won 6-1 against the Astros.
So we crushed that one.
Yeah, no sweat on that one. Marcus Smart, as we were saying in the video, it was a possibility that he would miss. I really expected him to play, being the guy he is. He's a tough player, but he missed, and the game just voided. So
they absolutely didn't need him either. The Celtics crushed the Heat. So
yeah, every game in this series so far has just been a blowout. It's been the weirdest series I can remember, and we've stayed away from almost every game. Besides Game 1, we took the Heat to cover by 2 in that game, and it worked. So we've stayed away from games 2, 3, and 4. So
I thought Smart would have came back, considering he came back like Paul Pierce in the last game.
Yeah.
But his swollen ankle kept him out.
Yeah.
But today, guys, we have 2 more baseball picks and 1 player prop in the Warriors game. So
Yep. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. The 500s have went by pretty quick. We're almost to 550, and when we get to 600, as promised, we're going to throw out another parlay. We hit the last one. It was plus 1,000 odds with that odds boost. So looking to do that again. Hopefully get another boost or something, So for the NBA playoffs. So let's get it rolling without further delay. We got the Boston Red Sox versus the Chicago White Sox. We're taking under 7.5 here. It's an 8-10 game. We got Nick Pivetta pitching for the Red Sox. I might have butchered that last name. But and Dylan Cease for the Chicago White Sox pitching. So it's minus 115 odds, and we're going under 7.5 total runs here.
yeah, 8:10 p.m.
Yeah, that game is just a battle of which color socks you like the best. But we didn't take either team. We're taking the under 7.5.
Yeah, we're unbiased on Sox in this channel, and we will stay that way. Next up, guys, we have the LA Dodgers versus the Washington Nationals. Over 8.5 runs. It's minus 105 odds. 7:05 first pitch, I guess what you call it. And we have Walker Buehler versus Josiah Gray pitching.
Yep. 7:05 for the first home run in this one. We're going over 8. Dodgers can put up points. Nationals have been playing better. We like the over here.
Josiah Gray also has a pretty high ERA. He has not been pitching great this year, so that just helps, even more.
Yep.
Third pick of the day, we're taking Kevin Looney. He's going over 20.5 PRA. That's a 9 p.m. game, minus 110 odds. Looney has been basically on fire the last couple games.
Yep. Otto Porter Jr., were you going to say more about that?
Go ahead.
Okay. Otto Porter Jr. Is not going to play this game. I don't know if he's completely ruled out or game time decision, but if so, he should be on minutes restrictions even if he plays. Do you guys know if he's out or game time decision?
I don't know about Otto Porter.
I know he got hurt last game, so I'm thinking Looney's going to get more playing time. Even if not, Looney's been getting enough. 20.5 PRA. Last game he had 9 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. His assists surprised me when I saw it. He's getting like 3 to 5 assists per game, which makes sense, I guess, with Steph Curry being out there. You just kick it out to the best three-point shooter of all time. But the dude rebounding the ball.
Yeah, absolute monster. Yeah, one of the reasons he's been getting assists is Dallas doesn't have a true defensive big man. So when he does get the pick and roll, when they hit him with that little pocket pass on the pick and roll, they have to converge and crash on him, and that leaves open shooters. Kevin Looney, they don't really have an answer, so that's why he's been getting way more minutes. And that just speaks to Steve Kerr's coaching ability, because in this series, he didn't really hardly play in Memphis, and then now he's getting 35 minutes a game. And, it's just because they have no answer on the interior for him.
Yeah, one game, last series against Memphis, he actually had 22 rebounds in that game. It's just been an emergence of him over the last few games. Steve Kerr said we got to get this dude paid, and hopefully we're the ones paying him next year. So I look for him to have a lot of minutes, have a good game. 20.5 PRA. I don't think the books have caught up to this yet.
Yeah.
So I like it here.
So go ahead.
Recap?
Yeah, I was
Is that
going to
what
say,
you're
for a quick recap, we have the Boston Red Sox versus Chicago White Sox.
Of the Sox.
Yes, under 7.5 runs. We have the Dodgers versus Nationals over 8.5 runs. And we have Kevon Looney over 20.5 PRA. So that's the recap, guys. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying this video. I don't think we said it. I think we're 12-2 in our last.
Yeah, we're on a 12-2 run.
Yeah. So, and that's the video for the picks, guys. We're gonna do something new. We're gonna have like a short little podcast after every video. So we're always gonna do the picks first. If you're just here for the picks, if you do want to learn a little bit more about us and kind of how we view bets and bankroll management and getting to know us a little bit, we are gonna have a 3 to 5 minute podcast after every video.
Welcome back to the Boys Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, this is where we're going to kind of discuss, player props, how we go about making the picks, distilling them down to the 3 best ones.
Yeah, our best leans. This is our first time doing this, so bear with us. I'm sure we'll get better at it.
It's more of like a couch discussion, but we're going to talk about the Warriors game tonight. Who we think's going to win? Are the Mavs actually going to get one? Or are the Warriors actually going to get a sweep in this series?
Yeah, the Mavericks, if they are going to win a game, it's going to be this one at home. It is game 4. Like you were saying earlier that Steph said we're playing with house money, which they are. They don't have to win this game. They could easily win the one in Golden State that's coming up.
Yeah, that little comment by Steph kind of scared me away from it. If you pick Dallas in this game and they win, you're feeling great. If you're picking the Warriors +1, it's almost like we took the bait. Now we feel stupid. So
Yeah.
we had to stay away from that. We were also looking at the under in this game, under 215.5. But stats from the last game kind of scared me away from that. Bullock went 0 for 10 in that game. Luka just didn't have much help at all. And they did score 63 points in the 4th quarter. So maybe they found something there. I just couldn't ultimately pull the trigger on the under. And he made a good point about the first half under 110.
Yeah, I personally took the bet that the first half was going to go under 110 points, and I like that better than the whole game going under 215. So that's what I personally took. But like you said, we couldn't all agree on it, so we just didn't throw that out for the video.
Yeah, and that's how we do make the video picks. We always, we have 3 people obviously discussing them. And as long as we all like them, that's what we go with. Because I took the under for the game. There was a couple player props we were all looking at. We all took different things. But unless we all 3 agree on it, that's, when it gets in the video.
Yeah, in my opinion, if you are going to play the under, I think the first half under 110 is the best bet there. We didn't go with it. Y'all know our 3 bets today. The only pick we had in that was the player prop on Kevin Looney, over 20.5. A lot of value in there. Like I said earlier, I don't think the books have caught up. We were also looking at Andrew Wiggins, over 24.5 PRA. He went off last game for 27 points, covered it in the points alone. But you don't know if Dallas is going to make adjustments on him. It's hard when you got Steph Curry out there running around, Klay Thompson. You can't adjust too much.
Yeah, you can't leave Klay, Steph, or Jordan Poole open.
Yep.
And Wiggins, if he comes out aggressive like he did last game, he can easily do it. He got his 3-ball going early. And then just kept, driving. He had that nasty dunk on Luka that made all the, Sports Center top 10. So, yeah, I mean, another player prop we were looking at was, like he was saying, Reggie Bullock going over 10.5 points.
Yep.
He was 0 for 10 last game. And for Dallas to have any shot in this series, they have to be able to, score other than Luka. Luka is a great passer. He finds a lot of people open for 3. And Bullock just couldn't cash last game. They got Dinwiddie, Kleba, Brunson, yeah, all these guys. We just didn't feel comfortable putting on the channel a role player going over 10.5 points, but that is kind of one you might want to look at.
Yeah, earlier in the series, we did take Dinwiddie over 9.5. That line has now moved up to 13.5.
Yeah.
Not comfortable with taking that. Brunson, I can't make myself take him over 20.5 points for some reason. That's just asking a lot.
Yeah.
I know he's capable. Yeah, Bertans. I actually took this one on my own, where I would never put this out for the channel, but I took him over half a three-pointer at minus 120 odds. He's at least shooting 2 a game. That's what he's out there for. So if y'all want to sprinkle some on that, feel free. That's not an official pick,
Yeah.
but
That's another thing. It's like Bertans and Kleba are their backup big men, if you want to call it that, but they take a lot of threes. So that's why Kevon Looney's been just devastating them inside. Because when Powell goes out, they really don't have anybody to guard him, so they all crash in on him, and he can kick it out for assists or just get a lot of rebounds over those guys who typically don't play inside.
yep.
Player props typically seem easier to hit when you know which team's going to play better. And the Warriors and the Mavericks, this being the closeout game, is kind of iffy for us. So, if you look back at the whole playoffs as a whole, the 2022 playoffs, the closeout games have mostly been blowouts. It's one-sided, and we don't know, or I don't know, whether the Mavericks, they might blow out the Warriors this game at home, or they might get blown out by the Warriors this game. I think either is a big possibility.
Yeah, it just all depends on how the Dallas role players are shooting, and if they can get out and run a little bit, have some wide open threes in transition, limits the Warriors in that same way, they could easily win this game. Like he was saying, closeout games have been super lopsided. The Suns got obliterated by the Mavericks last series. The Heat killed the 76ers, and the Celtics killed the Bucks.
Yeah, speaking of blowouts, that Heat Celtics series has been one-sided as it gets. I just looked at the spread for the next game, Game 5 in Miami, and this is interesting. They got the Celtics favored by 1.5 in Miami. I don't know how I feel about that. The zigzag theory would tell me it's the Heat's turn, but I mean, obviously you don't go off that. But it's just 18 points for the starters last game in Miami. That blows my mind. I think that they set a record that hadn't been done since the 70s.
Yeah,
I saw a stat about that.
They also started 0 for 14 from the field. That was the worst the Heat have started since 2009 or something like that. So
Yeah.
13 years ago. And they also had, I think it was something super low in the first quarter, like 15 points total in the first quarter. So I don't see that happening again for the Heat. But yeah, like he was saying, this series has been crazy because the Celtics were killing them, and then the Heat outscored them by 35 in the third quarter. I think that was game 2 or 1, but yeah.
Something like that. I think it was 1 because they lost game 1.
Yeah, so quarter to quarter even this series has been, super hard to predict. But we'll dig in tomorrow and try to come up with something.
It's just something interesting. Vegas evidently knows something we don't. Got the Celtics minus 1.5 on the road.
I think the injury report is going to tell most of it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if Tyler Hero comes back. It was a surprise to me. I didn't know he was hurt. Did he get hurt in the game before that? I didn't see.
I didn't see. He was in street clothes though. So.
Yeah,
Smart. His ankle might be swollen a little bit less.
Guys, if Smart comes back with a 25.5 PRA again, I'm taking that to the bank.
Also, Robert Williams got hurt in that game. He was limping up and down the court, and they took him out, and they didn't put him back in. He is day-to-day with that knee. It just depends on if it swells or the pain's too much. So you never really know about him. So we'll have to check out the injury report on Robert Williams, Marcus Smart, Tyler Hero. A lot of guys banged up in this series.
Yep, I like the player props better in those Celtics Heat series. There's a lot more to choose from. I mean, you got Al Horford out there. Nothing. Don't take away from the Kevin Looney one. That's great value right there, and I absolutely love that pick. But there's more to choose from in the Heat Celtics series, in my opinion.
Yeah, if Robert Williams is out, we'll definitely take a close look at Al Horford.
Yep.
Grant Williams, stuff like that.
Yep. So just to wrap this up, this is our first time doing it. Like I said, don't be too judgmental. We'll get better. So.
Yeah, we're just doing this. We're gonna have different subjects every video. Bankroll management. Today we discussed player props, how we make the bets, how we distill them down to the top 3.
Yep.
And we'll just getting to know us a little bit, have a little podcast. We do like podcasts, listen to them all the time. So.
Like we said, if you're just in it for the picks, that's fine. Cut it off. You ain't got to watch the podcast episodes. So.
Yeah, we'll always do the picks first, so you don't have to worry about that.
But the group couch talk.
Yeah.
Bet with the boys on the couch. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bet responsibly. Always bet with the boys.
Adios.
Take care, guys.